Hiking is a sport that involves climbing mountains and taking long walks in rugged terrain. While it can be an exciting and rewarding activity, it can also be dangerous if the proper precautions are not taken. Throughout history, there have been numerous hiking tragedies in which people have lost their lives or been seriously injured. These tragedies can be caused by various factors, such as bad weather, lack of experience, or inadequate equipment. In this video, we will explain some of the most notable hiking-related tragedies and the lessons we can learn from them. Stick with us and you'll see. Giulio Arenella, a 40-year-old man, died after falling from a height of 40 meters in the area of the Chapadmalal quarries in Pueyrredon, Buenos Aires. The victim had gone hiking and was trying to reach an area called La Ventana. It is not known at this time if he fell while trying to take a picture or due to a misstep. The incident occurred in the former Dacio quarry area, located just over 23 kilometers from the city of Mar del Plata. Police responded to a 911 call from a woman who reported the fall of a man who lost his balance and fell off the cliff from a height of approximately 40 meters. He was engaged in hiking and trekking. An ambulance from the Emergency Medical Attention System, or SAME, arrived immediately, but the person was already deceased according to the professionals. The fire brigade and the forensic police took part in the recovery of the body of the man, who was said to have fallen accidentally while practicing trekking with his training partner in this discipline. The woman is said to have been the one who called the police. A similar death occurred in Mar del Plata last summer when a Spanish tourist approached the edge of a cliff to take a photo, but a block of stone collapsed and fell 10 meters into the sea. He died after spending several hours in serious condition at Internacional Hospital due to injuries sustained in the fall. Next on our list is the famous hiking star known as Crystal Paula Gonzalez. Popularly known as the Hiking Queen, she died after falling from a cliff on the south face of Mount San Antonio in California, USA. The 56-year-old mother of four plunged between 150 and 210 meters down an icy ravine in the Baldy Bowl River Cirque. Specifically, the athlete was climbing Mount Baldy, which is 1,278 meters high, but lost her balance due to challenging weather conditions. The mountain accident occurred on Sunday, January 8th, although her death was not announced until several hours later. At the site where the avalanche occurred in Baqueira, 2 people were buried. Accident in the Pyrenees. An avalanche buries 2 skiers in Baqueira Bere. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department received a call about an emergency signal from a GPS device of one of the companions after the incident, reported Los Angeles TV channel KTLA-5. The hiker was on a steep and icy slope, surrounded by numerous hikers who helped in any way they could, police specified. Despite the helicopter that arrived to help, medical services were unable to save her life. Another tragedy caused by trekking is from Kathmandu. The worst accident in Asia's country's mountains occurred in 1995 when 26 climbers, 12 Japanese and 14 Nepalese Sherpas died while attempting to scale Everest. The Nepalese heights are particularly deadly. 16 Sherpas died in an avalanche on their way to one of the base camps of the world's highest mountain. Climbing the world's highest peaks is a high-risk and very dangerous mission, but not so hiking, which is what most of the victims were doing these days. Most of the dead were doing the popular Annapurna circuit, a 240-kilometer route that takes 21 days to complete. It requires no mountaineering preparation and is done by about 20,000 people a year, mostly tourists in short sleeves. There are times of the year when trekking in Nepal is best due to good weather and lack of precipitation. But the passage of Cyclone Hudud through neighboring India brought heavy rains and snowstorms. Nepalese meteorologists had warned of possible snowfall at the time, but no alerts were issued, said Subhash Rimal of the Nepalese government's meteorology department. For trekkers, the warnings came too late, or they were in remote areas without communication. On Tuesday night, a major snowstorm hit the Annapurna circuit, stranding hundreds of people. 12 hikers died at the Throngla Pass, which at 5,419 meters is the highest point in Annapurna. Several groups left the camp in the morning. Soon after, it started snowing. The footprints were covered by by the snow, said Bira Kwikil of the Annapurna Conservation Area project. Among the dead are Israelis, Canadians, Poles, and Nepalese. One Israeli experienced a miracle in the tragedy when he was rescued after being covered in snow up to his neck for 48 hours. So far, 226 people have been rescued alive, including 5 Spaniards who were at Lake Tilico, the world's highest lake at 4,900 meters, said Mashinda Ariel, a spokesman for the Nepal Hiking Agents Association. But Nepalese authorities were still unable to contact some 300 trekkers and mountaineers, including at least 60 foreigners. About 200 people were found near the Thruong La Pass, Ariel said. The spokesman said these people could be in 2 camps at 4,450 and 4,850 meters, where people usually stop before attempting to climb the Thruong La Pass. This area usually has telephone connections, but communications have been cut off due to snowstorms and rescue teams have been unable to reach the area, explained Dinesh Kumar Thapalia, the government delegate in western Nepal. The source mentioned that it is normal to have no contact with them as there is never any telephone communication in the area. It is highly unlikely that they were affected by the storm, Jankri said. Nepal is home to 8 of the world's 14 highest peaks, attracting tourism that accounts for 4% of GDP. The list goes on. Mont Blanc incident, 2008. 8 climbers died at an altitude of 3,600 meters when an ice block detached from Mont Blanc and triggered an avalanche. The spokesman for the Haute-Savoie police, Regis Laverne, clarified that the weather conditions before the incident had been excellent. He also mentioned that the climbers could have been dragged 1,000 to 1,500 meters down the slope. 8 other athletes, 3 Italians and 5 French who were also present, suffered minor injuries in the avalanche. Rescuers found only 2 backpacks, a shoe and an avalanche transceiver. It is impossible that they survived, said French Interior Minister Michel Alliot-Marie, referring to the Austrians and Swiss during a visit to the Chamonix region where Mont Blanc is located. Since the beginning of this summer, 30 people have died in the French Alps. Lack of preparation and regulation. Last but not least, the California tragedy. A Northern California family found dead on a hiking trail near the Merced River died of hypothermia after running out of water on a sunny August afternoon when temperatures reached 109 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 43 degrees Celsius, authorities said. The deaths of Jonathan Gerish, his wife Ellen Chung, their 1-year-old daughter Aurelia Miju Chung Gerish, and their 8-year-old dog Oski have baffled investigators. It is unclear what caused the death of the dog, an 8-year-old Australian Shepherd Akita mix, but Breers said evidence suggests the dog may have been experiencing heat-related issues. It's an unfortunate and tragic weather-related incident, he said. Breers described Garish, 45, as an experienced hiker who used a phone app to map a route along the Height Cove Trail, a roughly 8-mile loop that traverses the South Fork of the Merced River and is a popular spot for wildflowers in the spring. The temperature was about 23 degrees when they started, but it rose quickly as the trail descended and the day heated up. By the time they reached the steep section of the trail known as the Savage Lundy Trail, the temperature was 110 degrees, Breers said. Authorities found the family 2 days after relatives reported them missing. The couple had hiked 1.5 miles with the infant in a backpack, and they were only 1.5 miles from their car. The family had a 2.5-litre or 85-ounce water container that was empty. Analysis of the Merced River showed it was contaminated with anatoxin A, a deadly toxin produced by blue-green algae. Sad, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Give it a like, comment on your thoughts on this topic. Subscribe and click the bell icon to receive notifications when a new video is posted. See you next time.